All right, what's up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing well and had a great weekend. This is going to be the weekly outlook for August the 25th to the 29th. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter one today, but there's a lot of things to talk about. We do have NVIDIA earnings as well coming into this week. As for the key economic events, not too much red folder news besides the unemployment in the prelim on Thursday. We do have consumer confidence. We'll see if this gets upgraded to a red folder here on Tuesday. But consumer confidence, prelim GDP. We have some Fed members speaking on Thursday, and then on Friday we have core PCE right in the morning, plus the revised consumer sentiment. So this week I do expect the volatility to still be intact, just because last week we have tons of news with the event that we had on Friday. You can see a big spike towards the upside. We do now have room back up and towards our all-time highs. As for some earnings, we still have a couple earnings left here. The main thing that we do have is NVIDIA. This is going to be Wednesday after close. So we'll keep an eye out on NVIDIA and the rest of the semiconductors. All right, first things first, let's head right into the charts here on the higher time frame. So as you can see here on the ES, if I remove the drawings, came back down into key level of support, double bottom. Now you can see nice push towards upside. So far, that dip is getting bought up right down into key levels of support. Higher lows are still being maintained. The next logical level is a push back up and towards your all-time highs. So for the ES, if you go back onto the 1 hour chart now, the next levels that we have is going to be our all-time highs 6,510, along with this key level, which is our 6,490s. What I'd like to see now is the break above this 6,490s for this pushback up and towards our all-time highs, or we could be looking for that first kind of pullback for this continued pushback towards the upside here as well. If we go into the SPY chart, similar thing, key levels that I'm going to have marked out. I'm not sure where some of my drawings went, but I'm going to mark out this key level, which is going to be your 644. This is the level I'd like to see maintain for now, a push back up and towards. Now it's going to be this all-time highs key pivot level. So we have your 646, which is our all-time highs. We also have your 644. What I'd like to see now is a hold above your 644 for this continued pushback towards the upside. As for the NQ, if you go into the daily chart here, similar thing. NQ is lagging the overall indices, lagging the overall SPY in itself, but you can see higher lows are still being built. SPY is very close to your all-time highs, whereas the NQ is lagging, as I mentioned. What I would like to see now is really get back above this key pivot high, which is going to be that 23,800. So if you go into the lower time frames here for the NQ, coming to Monday open, what we like to see is the reaction that we have off this 23,640. If we can reclaim back above this level, we can see this continue push towards the upside. If we reject off this level, we're just going to come right back down in towards that 2336 here. As for the QQQ, key levels that I have coming into next week is going to be the area that we broke down from, which is our 575. We also do have here your 570. What I would like to see maintain above 570 for a push up and towards this 575. Now it's going to be the reclaim back above your 575 for a push towards upside. If you are looking for names for a continued push higher, it's primarily going to be the ES along with the SPY, just because they're more bullish and they're closer to this all-time highs level, whereas the NQ and the QQQ are lagging behind just a little bit. All right, first things first, let's head on to NVIDIA. So this one, as you can see, we do have earnings coming up on Wednesday. This one maintaining higher lows. It just came back down. You can see these lower wicks indicating buyers stepping in. Flat top break. There's a very good chance we have this nice push up and towards your all-time highs on NVIDIA coming into this week. So we'll look for NVIDIA really now push towards all-time highs here and above. Key levels coming into Monday is essentially going to be the area that we broke down from, which is this level right here, 179. If we can reclaim back above your 179, hold above your previous day highs, we can see this continue push towards the upside. If we go on to a few other tickers, Tesla looks really good here on the higher time frames. What we do have is this wedge pattern that's forming. You can see a lot of volume that came in here on Friday. What I would like to see now is the break above 350. If we can break above this trend line here as well, we have 3 touches, right? 3 touches on this trend line. Now let's see if we can break above 350, hold for this push up and towards 370 and above. As for AMD, As I mentioned, Nvidia does have earnings. So for AMD, the key levels that we have marked out after recently hitting our high, which was our 185, I'd just like to see a little bit more consolidation here now on AMD. Now it's bouncing off the low of the range. I'd like to see a mean reversion back up and towards at least the middle of the range, 174 and potentially above, being this 185. As for a few other charts, Meta, you can see holding its previous resistance level that turned into support now, which is your 740. I like to see kind of the hold above this level for this push towards the upside. As for a few other names that we have here, Apple coming back down in towards this 224. If we go back onto the hourly chart, this is basically the exact level that you wanted to see hold, was this 224 key pivot level. Now for Apple, I'd like to see this push back up and towards your 235. If you can reclaim back above 230, we can see a push up and towards your 235 and above. As for a few other tickers here, Google actually recently hit all-time highs. This one ended up having a nice push on Friday. Finally, some volatility picked in, and we end up having that move up and towards that 208. For Google continuation, now you like to see the break above your all-time highs hold for a push towards the upside. So we can just remove a few levels here, but for Google now, key level is going to be this 208. We like to see a break above your 208 for a push towards the upside. And then for some other tickers here, we have Microsoft. Key level that we have is this earnings low. If you do want to see any sort of reclaim, right, reclaim back above your earnings low for a push higher. Amazon, nice kind of hold of this 220. This is your higher time frame key pivot point. You can see buyers kind of stepping in right off the bat. I would like to see Amazon push back up and towards your last week's highs and then eventually this earnings highs that we do have. And then for Netflix, not too much to talk about on this one. So coming into this week, it's going to be like a very short recap. We'll go more into depth here on Monday. I am in a rush. I do got to do a couple of things, but for the overall market, we'll see what happens, see if there's any news that was over the weekend. Plus, we do have NVIDIA earnings, so we'll see how that shapes up. So we'll take it day by day. Make sure to join the pre-market preps this week for some live updates on exactly what I'm looking for. And then I'll see you guys all during market open on Monday. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great rest of the day. Peace.